Barry, over the course of a long season, friendships are forged, and that is the case for three Blue Jays in particular: JP Arencibia, Ricky Romero, and Brett Lawrie. Last week, I sat them down for a conversation that covered a wide range of topics.
Escobar to right field. This ball is deep. Get out of here. High and deep. And you can forget about it. Brett Lawrie has just walked off the Red Sox.
The Blue Jays do it again.
The Jays 11-0 in extra innings at Rogers Center. What a way to wrap up the home schedule.
Your team has been the walk-off specialist so far this year, and I heard the term getting jersey thrown about. JP, can you explain what that means?
I think we've been doing it from day one this year. That any walk-off, we've been trying to jersey the guy, kind of a symbol of the hockey fight. But you know, I think it's just one of those things where we just have fun with it. We try to get the guy who had the game-winning hit and try to rip his jersey off.
Who's good at doing it, Brett?
Well, it's whoever gets there first, more or less. It's mostly, well, he likes to get there first, but I'm so fired up sometimes that I get out there first, and then I start feeding him uppercuts, and then he grabs the jersey. So I'm more of an uppercut guy. I don't really grab the jersey.
Why do you want to get there first?
Why? I mean, usually I'm getting ready for it, and I see him getting ready for it lately, and you just get there for it's all in fun, and you know, we're Canada's team, man, and we know how much they love hockey here, and it brings a little flavor to our team and to the fans, and you know, they seem to love it.
You called your club Canada's team as the resident Canadian here. Do you get silly questions from the Americans from time to time?
Not really, just more made fun of, I think. Not really any questions, but just that I am Canada's guy, I guess you could say, that I'm from Langley too, so. Is that they like to say, Saskatoon.
Saskatoon, eh?
They always say, because everybody in the stands, when like we go out for a stretch or something in a different park or even here, some people will always go, "Hey, Brett, from Langley." And then so just Casey Jansen all the time will just kind of walk by or just say out of nowhere, he's from Langley, and just kind of imitating somebody from the stands, so it's pretty funny.
What's his nickname?
We call him Cheese.
Why is that?
Snyder came up with it in spring, and he said that when he used to play in Washington and the Canadians would come down and he'd play against them, that they used to say that the Cheese were coming to play, and that's how he referred to them, I guess, when he was a kid. So since then, they've been calling him Cheese, and it's kind of turned into Cheese.
From old school.
Yeah.
Has this season been a disappointment, Ricky, or has it been about what you expected from a team perspective?
Without a doubt, disappointment. I think anytime that you're not in the playoffs, to me, it's a disappointment. I mean, I don't like going home at the end of the year. I'm sure I speak for these guys and for the rest of the clubhouse. We want to win, and this is our job to win. And anytime, you know, you think I want to see Boston, Tampa, the Yankees in the playoffs, no. You know, I want it to be us. And of course, I'm going to be bitter and I'm going to hate on those guys because I want it to be our team. I think we're plenty good enough. Obviously, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't want to be a team that's 500 every year. We're here to win.
When you see guys that have been here recently, Sean Markham, Aaron Hill, John McDonald, Roy Halladay, bound for the postseason, do you at all regret being in this division? This division seems awfully difficult. Do you ever think, boy, it would be fun to play in something that's a little easier than the American League East? JP, I'll start with you.
No, I would want to play in the American League East. The way I've grown up, the way I've always been is I want to play the best. I want to be the best, and I want to beat the best. And so I don't shy away from the competition. I want to go out there and I want to face the Yankees. I want to face Boston. I want to face Tampa, and even the Orioles on a daily basis, and have it be the best of the best. I don't like to shy away from any given team because they're supposed to be the best or this league is supposed to be the hardest. I want to go out there and I want to be the best in the hardest league, and that's the way I feel, and I think that's the way a lot of our guys feel.
You agree?
Absolutely. You know, we can't keep using the AL East as an excuse. We can't. We got to do something about it. New York, Tampa, Baltimore, Boston, they ain't going anywhere. And we got to continue to get better. And I think, like I said, it's a step in the right direction. You know, we got young guys like JP, Brett, coming up the system, and we're only going to get better, I think, and it's going to be an exciting team.
Brett, can you form a distinction between the Brewers organization and the Blue Jays organization? Have you noticed a significant difference at all since coming here?
I didn't get a lot of time on the major league side with the Brewers, so I can't really speak for that side. But as far as the minor league, it's just a lot. Just the difference is that the Brewers just worry about the things that just don't matter. Your pants up, and just they're always nagging on you, and they're not just worried about baseball. When I got over here, it was a lot different just because it was like, you know, we're worried about baseball. We're not worried about your pants. We're not worried about the way you look. It's just kind of go out there and play. And that's kind of like what I like. I'm more worried about the baseball, and I think that's what we need to be worried about. We don't need to worry about the other stuff. If we worry about baseball and we take care of what we need to take care of, then, you know, we're going to be better off. And I think that's the way I like it, and that's the way I've always wanted it. I just never had the opportunity in my first couple of years, and now that I have had it, it's a lot more fun, I think.
It's safe to say you were well received here by your teammates.
You know, coming in, I didn't know what to expect coming into a new group of guys I never knew. I was lucky enough to get reached out to by Travis Snyder in the offseason, and he texted me and said he was Travis Snyder, and, you know, it was very, very cool just because that's how I kind of all started. And then with JP, and we kind of just stayed with one another in spring training, me, him, and Snyder, and they kind of welcomed me in with open arms, and it was very, very cool. And, you know, that's kind of where it all started, and it's kind of kicked off from there. And then I had my first big league spring, met Ricky, met all the boys, and, you know, yeah, everyone's a beauty around here. And that's what I love about the big leagues, is that you get to meet people that you've never met before. It's just crazy how many people you meet and how excited they are about what you do, and it's very, very cool, especially with these guys. These guys make it a lot of fun. All those guys in there make it a lot of fun, and it's very cool.
So what were your first impressions, JP, of the kid from Langley?
Well, my first impressions was when he had that interview that was on the internet when he first got traded over, talking about he was done with the minor leagues. He didn't need any more minor leagues. So my first impression was like, this guy's a huge when in reality he wasn't and he's a beauty. And you know, you had heard these things about him, and you know, sometimes people don't give people chances, fair chances, and I think that you know, whenever we got to meet Brett and kind of be around him, you kind of realize that the kid's special. You know, it's one of those things where the passion that he has, the drive that he has to be the best of the best. Some people may take that the wrong way, but I take that as that's why he's great, and he's going to be a great player for a long time. The Brewers obviously missed out on a player that's going to be an impact player for a long time.
Tomorrow on Jays Connected, it's part 2 of our conversation with Toronto's young guns. They discuss their impressions of manager John Farrell and how the kid from Langley has taken the country by storm.
You saw the passion out of him, and you know, I've never seen anyone react like that.
We live together, so I have a lot of I have quite a few moments that I could share, but since this is a PG rated,
he lets us know that he passes on followers on Twitter too, so more power to him.